Plurality has become recently an important political topic, really as a result of the proposed takeover of B-Sky B by News Corp, which as everyone knows, eventually was abandoned. And as a result of that, there was and has been quite a lot of debate about the topic. It was raised in the Leveson inquiry. The government is consulting into it, and a number of academics and others have written about the subject, which has been very inconclusive. All kinds of ideas have been floating about, but nothing very firm seems to have emerged from it. The way in which we approached the topic was to try and cast our net as widely as we could in order to try and garner the full range of options that are being debated about this important topic. And as a result of that wide search, the conclusion we reached that the best way forward, at least for the time being, would be for Ofcom to carry out regularly, we think about every 5 years, a periodic review of the entire media landscape in order to assess whether there may be any plurality concerns. In tandem with that, basically the existing powers to intervene into specific media transactions would still stand, so that we would move forward into a world where everybody involved would know if it appeared there were plurality concerns in particular parts of the media market, and then they would know how to conduct their business. And if a transaction were to occur, and it probably would only happen very, very rarely, that there was a concern, then an inquiry along the lines of the existing inquiries would be held. But, and this is an important point, we feel that the existing rules and legislation relating to competition and plurality have got muddled together. And so we've proposed an approach and a process would keep them distinct from each other and apart, but at the same time the two would work in parallel. And in this way, I think we would achieve a more satisfactory outcome from the perspective, in particular, of the citizen. Well, once the report's been published, it'll obviously go both to members of Parliament and to the government. And on top of that, obviously, it'll have, I hope, a wide circulation in the industry generally. What will then happen is that the government is already itself looking into issues of plurality. So we hope it's going to be a contributor, a serious contributor to their thinking. In addition to that, obviously, the government will have to respond formally, and that subsequently be debated in the floor of the House of Lords. And finally, I know that a number of other political parties and so on are thinking about plurality in detail, running up to the general election, and I'd like to think that they will take it seriously. We might actually influence some of the policy proposals that emerge.